My first step to start English. When I was just a beginner in learning English, I felt like it was a big challenge. I remember the first time I thought about learning this language, I had no idea where to start. It felt a bit scary because English seemed so different from my own language, and I wasn't sure I could do it. But then I decided that I had to try. It was my first step. I told myself, even if it's hard, I will learn little by little. And that was the beginning of my journey. I started with the basics, like learning the alphabet and simple words. I repeated them every day until they became familiar. One day, I found a helpful tool, an app on my phone that could teach me simple English phrases. I was excited. I started using it every day. It was easy, and it made me feel like I was making progress. I was able to learn a few new words and phrases every day, and soon I began to understand more when people spoke to me in English. I also practiced listening. I watched simple English videos like cartoons or beginner-level lessons. At first, it was difficult, but the more I listened, the better I became. I tried to copy the words and sounds. Slowly, I could speak a little better. My confidence grew with each small step. Over time, I realized that it wasn't about perfection. It was about making progress and not being afraid to make mistakes. Each mistake taught me something new. I practiced speaking with friends and even strangers who spoke English. Some days were harder than others, but I kept going because I knew that each step was moving me forward. Now, when I think back, I see that my first step to learning English was just the beginning. It took time, patience, and a lot of small steps, but every day I got a little bit better, and even though I'm still learning, I know I've come a long way. As I kept learning, I started to feel more comfortable with English. I could understand conversations better, and I began to speak more confidently. But even though I had made progress, I knew that I wasn't finished yet. There was still so much more to learn. One day, I decided to take my learning to the next level. I joined an online English class. It was exciting because I could interact with other learners from different countries. We all had different backgrounds, but we shared the same goal: to improve our English. It was a new challenge, but I was ready. In this class, we practiced speaking and writing. We read stories, discussed them, and even wrote our own small essays. At first, writing in English was a bit difficult for me. I had to think carefully about grammar and vocabulary. Sometimes I made mistakes, but I didn't let it discourage me. I learned that mistakes were part of the process. The more I wrote and practiced speaking, the easier it became. I also started reading books in English. I chose simple books at first, and slowly I began to understand more complex ones. Every time I finished a book, I felt proud of myself. It was like a little victory, a reminder that my hard work was paying off. I also started to use English outside of my studies. I would write notes in English, talk to friends in English, and even think in English sometimes. It felt natural, like English was becoming a part of my daily life. I also found that learning a language was not just about studying, it was about connecting with people, learning about new cultures, and expanding my world. One of the most exciting moments came when I went on a trip abroad. It was the first time I had the chance to speak English with native speakers in real-life situations. At first, I was nervous, but then I remembered how far I had come. I had learned so much, and I was ready to use it. To my surprise, I could communicate better than I thought. People understood me, and I understood them. It was such a rewarding experience. Now I see that learning English is not just about the language itself. It's about the doors it opens, the opportunities to connect with others, to learn, to grow. Every step I took was important, and each one built upon the last. My first step may have been small, but it led me to amazing experiences and a deeper understanding of the world. Even though I've made great strides, I know that learning English is a journey that never truly ends. There's always more to learn, new things to explore, and new ways to grow. As I look ahead, I feel excited and motivated to keep improving. One of the things I've realized is that learning English isn't just about vocabulary and grammar rules. It's also about becoming comfortable with expressing myself. I've noticed that when I talk to others now, I don't just focus on speaking correctly, I focus on connecting with people. I try to share my ideas and listen to others without worrying too much about making mistakes. This shift in mindset has made speaking English so much more enjoyable. I also want to improve my English in different areas. For example, I've started paying more attention to pronunciation. At first, I didn't think much about how words were pronounced, but I've learned that it's an important part of effective communication. Now I practice speaking with more focus on how words sound. It's challenging, but I've been using resources like videos and language exchange apps to get better at it. Another goal of mine is to build my vocabulary even more. I've been reading more complex texts, news articles, novels, and even poetry. Each time I come across a new word, I make a note of it and try to use it in my own sentences. It's a slow process, but with each new word I learn, my English becomes richer and more colorful. One thing I've also realized is how important it is to keep the motivation alive. There are days when I feel like I'm not improving, or when I get frustrated with how hard something is, but I remind myself of the progress I've made. I remember the first time I struggled to put together a sentence in English and compare it to now, when I can have full conversations without feeling stuck. This reminder keeps me going. I also love the sense of community that comes with learning a language. I've joined online language groups where people from all over the world come together to practice English. We share stories, encourage each other, and learn from one another. This support network has been invaluable in helping me stay motivated. The beauty of language learning is that it's not just about the individual effort. It's about being part of a global community. In the future, I dream of being fluent enough to travel and communicate effortlessly with people from all over the world. I also want to continue using English in my work and daily life. The possibilities seem endless now that I've made that first step, and I'm more determined than ever to keep moving forward. I know that there will be challenges along the way. There will be moments when I feel like I've hit a plateau or that I've learned all I can. But I also know that those moments are part of the journey. Just like my first step, each challenge is an opportunity to grow. As I continue this adventure of learning English, I've come to understand that the journey itself is just as important as the destination. It's not about reaching perfection, but about constantly improving, exploring, and learning new things. Each day brings new challenges, but also new rewards. And with every step I take, I discover a little more about myself and the world around me. One thing that has truly helped me is embracing the idea of lifelong learning. When I first started, I thought there was a specific point where I would finish learning English, but now I know that this is a never-ending process. Languages evolve, cultures change, and there's always something new to explore. Even if I eventually reach a high level of fluency, there will always be new words to learn, new phrases to understand, and new ways to express myself. I also started noticing that my confidence in English has affected other areas of my life. I feel braver in taking on new challenges, not just in language learning, but in my personal and professional life as well. The courage to speak up in English has translated into the courage to speak up in other situations. I've realized that learning a language is about much more than mastering words. It's about finding the confidence to share your thoughts, to communicate openly, and to embrace the unknown. Recently, I've started to engage more with different forms of English media, listening to podcasts, watching TV shows, and reading blogs. This has expanded my understanding of how English is used in various contexts. It's no longer just about formal conversations or textbook English. Now I'm learning how to navigate slang, idioms, and even different accents. It's fascinating to see how diverse the English language is and how it's used in so many creative ways. One of my favorite parts of this journey is discovering how much fun it can be. I've started to watch movies and read books that I never would have picked up before, just because I wanted to challenge myself. It's a great feeling when I can understand jokes, references, and even cultural nuances in a language that once seemed so foreign to me. English has opened up a whole new world of entertainment, education, and conversation that I never knew existed. Another exciting part of my learning journey is the friendships I've made along the way. I've connected with people who are also learning English and some who are fluent in it. These relationships have been so enriching. They're not just about practicing language skills, but about sharing experiences, learning from one another, and supporting each other. Whether it's through online communities or in-person meetups, I've found that learning English is a wonderful way to build connections across cultures and borders. Area I want to focus on is refining my writing skills. I've come to love writing in English, whether it's journaling, composing emails, or even writing short stories. Writing allows me to express my thoughts more clearly and creatively. I hope to someday write a book in English or contribute to blogs and articles that can inspire others who are on their own language learning journeys. I know that the more I practice, the more confident I will become in my ability to write fluently and authentically. And then there's the idea of giving back. After all, learning English has given me so much, and I want to help others who are just beginning their journey. Maybe I can volunteer as an English tutor or mentor others who are learning the language. I believe that everyone deserves the chance to learn and grow, just like I did. I want to share my story and encourage others to take that first step, just like I did years ago. If I can help someone else experience the same joy and progress I've felt, that would be incredibly rewarding. As I continue to learn, I've realized that English isn't just a tool for communication. It's a way to understand the world more deeply. It's a key to unlocking new perspectives, discovering different cultures, and engaging in meaningful conversations. It has opened my mind and heart to new ideas, and I'm excited to see where it will take me next. The beauty of this journey is that it's filled with endless possibilities. Whether I'm learning new words, improving my accent, or building relationships with people from around the world, each moment adds to the story. I've learned that progress isn't always linear, and that's okay. Some days it's slow. Other days it feels like I've made huge strides. But through it all, I keep moving forward, embracing every step along the way. In the end, this journey isn't just about mastering a language, it's about transforming myself. The more I learn, the more confident, open, and curious I become. And I know that as long as I stay committed to my growth, English will continue to be a powerful tool for learning, connecting, and expanding my horizons. As my journey with English unfolds, I've come to realize that the process of learning a language is not just about the words and rules. It's also about the changes it brings to the way I think and approach life. The more I learn, the more I see the world from different perspectives. English is becoming a lens through which I explore new ideas, cultures, and experiences, and it's amazing to see how it continues to shape me. I've noticed how my confidence has grown not only in speaking English, but in all aspects of my life. I now feel more comfortable expressing my thoughts, whether it's in a language class, at work, or even in everyday situations. This newfound confidence has encouraged me to take on other challenges that once felt intimidating. Learning English has taught me that no goal is too far out of reach if I'm willing to put in the effort and keep moving forward. One thing I've come to love about learning English is how it opens doors to creativity. Whether I'm writing stories, participating in online discussions, or even thinking about my goals, English has become a tool for expressing myself in new ways. I've started experimenting with writing poems and short essays in English, and I'm discovering that it helps me process my emotions and ideas in ways I hadn't imagined before. It's not just about learning the language, it's about using it as a medium to reflect and grow. The more I learn, the more I find myself drawn to exploring different aspects of the English language. I've started studying the history of English, learning about how it evolved and how it connects to other languages. I've discovered that English is not just one language, it's a blend of many, and that's what makes it so rich and diverse. Every time I come across a new word or expression, I feel like I'm uncovering a small piece of history or culture. This fascination has made me even more eager to learn, and it has deepened my appreciation for the language. Another exciting part of my journey is how I've started to use English in my professional life. I've been able to take on more international projects and communicate with colleagues from different parts of the world. I can express my ideas clearly, listen attentively, and engage in meaningful conversations that are shaping my career. English has helped me connect with a global network of professionals, opening up new opportunities I never imagined. But I know that learning English isn't just about using it in formal settings. It's also about connecting with people on a personal level. I've made friends from different countries, and we talk, share stories, and even laugh together, all in English. It's a reminder that language is not just about words. It's about creating bonds with others, and those connections have made my journey so much more fulfilling. As my skills continue to improve, I've started thinking about how I can give back to the community that has supported me. There are so many people around the world who are just beginning their own English learning journey, and I want to be a part of helping them. I've thought about volunteering as a language mentor or starting a blog to share my experiences and tips. It feels important to me to help others feel the same sense of accomplishment and confidence that I've gained from learning English. I also plan to continue challenging myself by taking advanced courses and exploring areas of the language I haven't yet mastered. For example, I want to focus more on improving my listening skills. I know that understanding different accents, dialects, and speech patterns will be essential if I want to truly feel at home in the global English-speaking community. There's always more to learn, and I look forward to each new challenge that comes my way. Looking ahead, I feel more excited than ever about the future. English has become an integral part of my life, and as I continue to improve, I know it will open up even more possibilities for me. Whether it's exploring new career paths, traveling to new places, or simply connecting with people from all walks of life, I'm ready for whatever comes next. The journey of learning English has not only transformed my ability to communicate, it has transformed me as a person. I've learned patience, perseverance, and the importance of small steps. It's a reminder that even the biggest goals can be achieved one step at a time, and with each new step, I get closer to my dreams. So, as I continue on this path, I know that the adventure will never truly end. There will always be something new to discover, new challenges to face, and new growth to experience, and that's what makes the journey so exciting. As I continue to embrace English in my daily life, I've begun to see it not just as a language, but as a lifelong companion. It's a skill I can always rely on, a tool that will serve me in countless ways throughout my personal and professional life. It's more than just a means of communication. It's a doorway to self-discovery, exploration, and connection. Every day I find myself learning something new. Sometimes it's a subtle improvement, like understanding a new phrase or mastering a tricky grammar rule. Other times, it's a breakthrough moment when I realize I can understand a movie without subtitles, or have a conversation without pausing to search for words. These small victories keep me motivated and remind me that every effort counts, even when progress feels slow. One of the most rewarding aspects of learning English is how it allows me to engage with the world in new ways. I've started following English language news sources, reading books from different cultures, and listening to podcasts that explore topics I'm passionate about. All of these things help me expand my worldview and gain new insights into various issues, from technology and science to art and politics. Through English, I'm learning not only about the language itself, but also about the world around me. As I explore more complex materials, I'm also challenging myself to understand different levels of English. I've become fascinated with literature, particularly classic novels and contemporary works. Each book I read feels like a journey of its own, teaching me not only vocabulary, but also the subtle nuances of language and emotion. English literature has opened up a rich world of creativity, philosophy, and history. I've learned that language is not just about communication, it's also about expressing deep ideas, feelings, and dreams. It's been an incredibly fulfilling experience. Another aspect of my journey is learning about the cultural context of English. I've started to explore the different accents, expressions, and ways of speaking that exist within the English-speaking world. Whether it's British, American, Australian, or even regional accents, I'm fascinated by how each culture has shaped the language. The more I understand these cultural differences, the more I appreciate the diversity of English. It's a living, evolving language that reflects the unique histories and experiences of different communities. One thing that has become clear to me is that language learning is an ongoing process of growth. I'm no longer just focused on achieving a certain level of proficiency. Instead, I see learning English as an endless journey of improvement. I continue to find areas where I can enhance my skills, whether that's by expanding my vocabulary, refining my pronunciation, or understanding more advanced grammar structures. I've learned that even when I feel like I've reached a plateau, there's always a way to push further and improve. I've also started to reflect on how learning English has impacted the way I view the world. It has broadened my horizons in ways I hadn't imagined. I find myself thinking more globally, connecting with people from different backgrounds, and gaining insights into cultures I might not have otherwise experienced. The more I engage with English, the more I see the world as a diverse, interconnected place, full of different perspectives and ideas that I can now access and understand. Through reading, I've come across new ideas that challenge my previous beliefs and expand my understanding of complex issues. English, as a language of thought and expression, has given me the power to think more critically, analyze deeply, and engage with ideas that I never thought I'd have access to. Books and articles that once seemed too advanced or inaccessible are now treasures that I can explore, opening doors to new worlds, from philosophy and science to art and history. The language has not only improved my ability to communicate, it's sharpened my mind. The digital world has also played a big role in my growth. With the internet, I have access to an endless amount of resources, from online courses and videos to forums and social media platforms where I can practice my skills. I've connected with language learners and native speakers alike, sharing stories, asking questions, and learning from their experiences. This global community has been invaluable as it provides a constant source of motivation and support. The connections I've made online have reinforced my belief that language is more than just a tool. It's a bridge to understanding, a way to connect with people no matter where they are in the world. I've also learned to be more patient with myself. There were times early in my journey when I was frustrated with how slowly progress seemed to come. I wanted to speak fluently and effortlessly right away, but over time, I've realized that true mastery takes time. It's not about rushing to the finish line, but about enjoying each small achievement and learning from each mistake. Every word I learn, every conversation I have, and every piece of writing I complete adds to the bigger picture of who I am becoming. I am not in competition with anyone else. I am on my own path, and each step brings me closer to my goal. Through this journey, I've also discovered how language learning can lead to personal transformation. English has become a mirror through which I see myself. It's a tool that not only improves my ability to communicate, but also helps me understand my own thoughts and feelings. I've become more introspective, more mindful of how I express myself, and more aware of how I can improve not only my language skills, but my personal growth. The process of learning is intertwined with the process of self-discovery, and I'm grateful for how it continues to shape me. Another aspect of learning English that has brought me joy is the ability to engage with diverse communities. English has connected me with people from all walks of life, people with different backgrounds, perspectives, and life experiences. I've had the privilege of talking to students, professionals, and everyday individuals from around the world. With each conversation, I learn not just about the language, but about their cultures, values, and ideas. These conversations enrich my understanding of the world and help me see things from multiple viewpoints. As I grow in my language skills, I also recognize the importance of giving back. Just as others helped me along the way, I now feel a responsibility to help those who are beginning their own language learning journeys. I found that teaching or mentoring others has a profound impact on my own learning as well. When I explain a concept to someone else, it forces me to think more deeply about it, and I often discover new ways of understanding or teaching that I hadn't considered before. There's a special kind of fulfillment in helping others succeed, and I'm excited about the possibility of contributing to someone else's journey. As I move forward, the idea of this infinite canvas keeps inspiring me. With every new step in my English journey, I'm discovering more about myself, the world, and the art of communication itself. The journey is an evolving process, and as I continue learning and growing, I realize that the possibilities are as endless as the space on the canvas. I have come to understand that the process of learning is not linear. It ebbs and flows, sometimes challenging, sometimes liberating, but always meaningful. One of the most significant revelations has been that the canvas of my language journey is not only about acquiring skills, but also about developing a deeper sense of self. As I improve in English, I find that I am better able to express my thoughts, my dreams, and my passions. Language is not just a tool for communication. It is the medium through which I create connections, share stories, and build relationships. Each word, phrase, and sentence is a brushstroke that allows me to express who I am, what I believe in, and how I see the world. Through English, I can now engage in conversations with people from different walks of life, each of us bringing our own experiences, perspectives, and stories to the table. The canvas of my English journey is also shaped by the places I go and the experiences I have. I now see language learning as a passport to the world, allowing me to explore new cultures, visit new countries, and interact with people in ways that were once beyond my reach. The more I learn, the more I realize how interconnected we all are. Despite the physical distances between us, language has the power to bridge gaps, to bring people together, and to create a shared understanding. With each new language skill I acquire, the world becomes smaller and more accessible. This newfound ability to communicate effectively has also opened doors in my personal life. I've become more confident in expressing myself, in sharing my thoughts and feelings, and in connecting with others on a deeper level. In the past, I may have hesitated to speak up in a room full of native speakers, unsure of whether my English was good enough. But now, I embrace the opportunity to speak, knowing that communication is not about perfection, it's about connection. Every time I express myself, whether through a simple conversation or a more complex discussion, I feel a sense of pride in my progress. It's not about being flawless, it's about being authentic and real. Furthermore, I've come to understand that language learning is not just about the structure of the language itself. It's also about the emotions and cultural context that come with it. As I delve deeper into English, I learn more about the culture, the humor, the history, and the traditions that shape how people communicate. Language is infused with meaning that goes beyond the words themselves. The idioms, slang, and expressions are often windows into a culture's values and worldview. Understanding these nuances has enriched my experience, making language learning more than just an academic pursuit. It's become a cultural exploration, a journey into the hearts and minds of people across the world. In this journey, there are still so many new paths to explore. I feel as though my canvas is still far from complete, with plenty of space for new experiences, new vocabulary, and new ways of thinking. I want to expand my English skills even further, to delve deeper into specialized topics like literature, philosophy, or technology, where language becomes a tool for more sophisticated expression. I dream of writing longer essays, creating stories that stretch the limits of my imagination, and having meaningful discussions on complex subjects with others who share my passions. As I look forward to these new milestones, I'm also learning to embrace the unpredictable nature of language learning. There will always be moments of frustration, times when I feel like I've hit a wall, or when the words just don't come out the way I want them to. But I've learned that this is part of the process. Just as an artist might step back to analyze their work, I've learned to take a step back, reflect, and find my way forward with renewed energy. Each challenge is a chance to refine my skills, to try new techniques, and to grow in ways I hadn't imagined before. One of the most powerful realizations I've had is that learning English is not just about expanding my vocabulary or improving my grammar. It's about expanding my world. The more I learn, the more I realize how much I have yet to discover. Every conversation I have, every book I read, and every new culture I encounter adds another layer of richness to my life. With English, I'm not just learning a language. I'm opening myself up to new possibilities, new experiences, and new ways of thinking that will continue to shape my journey for years to come. The canvas that began as a simple sketch is now a masterpiece in the making, and there's so much more to come. As I add more brushstrokes, I can see the intricate details coming together, but I also realize that the beauty lies not just in the end result, but in the process itself. The layers of meaning, the vibrant colors, and the experiences that fill the canvas are what make it truly unique and meaningful. The journey of learning English is far from over, but I feel a deep sense of gratitude for how much I've grown so far. And as I continue on this path, I'm excited for all the new chapters, the new colors, and the new brushstrokes that will come. The possibilities are endless, and the canvas is ready to be filled with more of the incredible experiences, challenges, and victories that lie ahead. As I stand at the edge of this journey, the canvas still stretching before me, I realize that learning English is more than just a process of mastering words and rules. It's an ongoing evolution. Every word I learn, every new expression I encounter, and every conversation I have contributes to the ever-expanding landscape of my life. It's no longer just about becoming fluent. It's about transforming into a more engaged, connected, and open person. The future is filled with the possibility of turning this blank canvas into a beautiful mosaic of experiences, relationships, and discoveries. One of the most inspiring parts of this journey is the idea that there is no final destination. There's only progress. Even as I continue to improve, I know there will always be something new to explore in the world of English. Every book I read, every podcast I listen to, and every article I write is another step forward. The language is like a living thing, constantly evolving and adapting, just as I am. It keeps me on my toes, pushing me to be curious, to ask questions, and to keep learning. I also realize that as my English skills grow, so does my sense of confidence. When I first started this journey, speaking in English felt like a monumental challenge. I often hesitated, worried that my grammar or accent might not be perfect. But over time, I've learned to let go of that fear. I've embraced the idea that communication is about connection, not perfection. The more I speak, write, and listen in English, the more I understand that my voice, no matter how it sounds, has value. The beauty of language lies in its ability to connect us, to bring us together, and to help us share our thoughts and ideas. Now, I find myself more comfortable expressing myself in English, whether in casual conversations or formal discussions. I've learned to appreciate the moments of growth, even when they're small, because they represent a step toward greater fluency and understanding. What's even more exciting is the knowledge that these small steps lead to bigger opportunities. The more I connect with others, the more I realize how rich and diverse the world is. Each interaction is a chance to learn something new about someone else's culture, history, and perspective. And as I build these relationships, the language becomes a bridge that connects me to a wider, more colorful world. As I look toward the future, I can see so many exciting opportunities ahead. My improved English skills have already opened up doors to new educational experiences. I envision myself taking online courses, engaging in discussions with experts in various fields, and participating in communities that focus on topics I'm passionate about. The beauty of learning English is that it allows me to be a part of global conversations, whether that's in the world of science, art, technology, or even activism. It's a tool that empowers me to learn from others and share my own ideas on a larger stage. I also see the possibility of traveling the world in a more immersive way. With each new milestone in my English proficiency, the world feels like a place of infinite discovery. I dream of visiting new countries, experiencing different cultures, and making memories with people I meet along the way. Being able to communicate in English opens up these opportunities, enabling me to dive deeper into the local experiences of different regions, whether that's in bustling cities, remote villages, or scenic landscapes. I look forward to learning from the stories of the people I meet, understanding their traditions, and sharing my own. The beauty of travel, after all, lies in the ability to connect with others, and language is the key that unlocks those connections. In addition to personal growth and travel, I see English as a means of giving back to others. I've learned so much over the course of my journey, and now I feel a deep desire to share that knowledge with others who are just beginning their own path. Whether it's helping a friend who's learning English, teaching a class, or creating content that encourages others to embrace language learning, I want to be a part of others' journeys. This sharing of knowledge is an opportunity to build a community, to inspire others to start their own language journeys, and to create a ripple effect of learning and growth. In the professional realm, the potential of English feels boundless. As industries continue to globalize, English has become a bridge to collaboration, innovation, and leadership. I imagine myself contributing to international projects, working alongside colleagues from diverse backgrounds, and engaging in meaningful dialogues that push the boundaries of my field. Whether it's through presentations, reports, or networking, English will be the tool I use to navigate these professional landscapes with confidence and clarity. I feel equipped to face challenges head-on, knowing that my ability to communicate effectively will allow me to thrive in a globalized world. Looking further ahead, I also see English as a tool for creative expression. I've always loved writing, and now I see English as the perfect medium to explore my creativity in new and exciting ways. I dream of writing novels, poetry, or essays that will resonate with people from all walks of life. I imagine my stories connecting with readers across different countries, sparking conversations about themes that transcend borders. English will be my canvas for creativity, a way to share my thoughts and dreams with the world. The most exciting part of all this is the knowledge that the canvas of my English journey will continue to grow, constantly shaped by new experiences and new learning. I know that each new chapter, each new connection, and each new discovery will add richness and depth to the painting I am creating. There's no final version of this canvas, only an ongoing process of learning, exploring, and growing. And with each stroke, I am becoming not just a better English speaker, but a more connected, open-minded, and engaged global citizen. The possibilities are endless, and the adventure is far from over. I'm excited to see where the next brushstrokes will take me, knowing that with every word, every conversation, and every step, the masterpiece of my life continues to unfold. As the journey continues, I see the horizon stretching out before me, full of new beginnings and unexplored territories. Each day that I continue my English journey, I'm reminded that the landscape of learning is vast and ever expanding. With every challenge faced and every success achieved, I am shaping not only my language skills, but also my identity and my place in the world. Looking back at how far I've come, I realize that this journey has taught me more than just grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation. It has taught me resilience. It has shown me how to embrace mistakes as part of the learning process, how to be patient with myself, and how to remain curious and open to new experiences. These lessons go beyond language. They are lessons for life. I've learned that growth doesn't come in a straight line, but rather in waves of progress and reflection, each one building upon the other. The canvas of my journey is not just mine to enjoy. It is a shared experience, a connection to the broader community of language learners, travelers, educators, and global citizens. The more I learn and connect, the more I realize that every learner's journey is unique. There is beauty in the diversity of language learning experiences, and it is in sharing our stories that we create a collective masterpiece. Through language, we build bridges between cultures, exchange ideas, and foster understanding. As I continue to improve my English, I feel more empowered to participate in this global dialogue, to add my voice to the conversation, and to listen to others with greater empathy. The most exciting part of all this is the knowledge that the canvas of my English journey will continue to grow, constantly shaped by new experiences and new learning. I know that each new chapter, each new connection, and each new discovery will add richness and depth to the painting I am creating. There's no final version of this canvas, only an ongoing process of learning, exploring, and growing. And with each stroke, I am becoming not just a better English speaker, but a more connected, open-minded, and engaged global citizen. The possibilities are endless, and the adventure is far from over. I'm excited to see where the next brushstrokes will take me, knowing that with every word, every conversation, and every step, the masterpiece of my life continues to unfold. As the journey continues, I see the horizon stretching out before me, full of new beginnings and unexplored territories. Each day that I continue my English journey, I'm reminded that the landscape of learning is vast and ever expanding. With every challenge faced and every success achieved, I am shaping not only my language skills, but also my identity and my place in the world. Looking back at how far I've come, I realize that this journey has taught me more than just grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation. It has taught me resilience. It has shown me how to embrace mistakes as part of the learning process, how to be patient with myself, and how to remain curious and open to new experiences. These lessons go beyond language. They are lessons for life. I've learned that growth doesn't come in a straight line, but rather in waves of progress and reflection, each one building upon the other. The canvas of my journey is not just mine to enjoy. It is a shared experience, a connection to the broader community of language learners, travelers, educators, and global citizens. The more I learn and connect, the more I realize that every learner's journey is unique. There is beauty in the diversity of language learning experiences, and it is in sharing our stories that we create a collective masterpiece. Through language, we build bridges between cultures, exchange ideas, and foster understanding. As I continue to improve my English, I feel more empowered to participate in this global dialogue, to add my voice to the conversation, and to listen to others with greater empathy. One of the most profound aspects of this journey is how language has allowed me to see the world through new lenses. When I first began learning English, it was just a tool for communication. But over time, it has become a lens through which I can appreciate and engage with the richness of human experience. I now understand that language is not just a set of rules or a collection of words. It is a living, breathing entity that reflects our thoughts, values, and emotions. Every word carries with it a history, a culture, and a perspective, and by learning English, I've gained access to a wealth of knowledge that expands my worldview. There is also an exciting sense of freedom that comes with fluency in a language. I feel liberated to express myself, to engage with the world, and to make a meaningful impact. Whether it's participating in an international conference, contributing to a collaborative project, or simply having a meaningful conversation with someone from another country, English has become a key that unlocks these experiences. I've realized that language is not just a means of expression, it is a doorway to new opportunities, new perspectives, and new relationships. As I think about what lies ahead, I'm filled with excitement about the endless possibilities that English opens up. I know that there will be moments of frustration, times when I feel like I've hit a plateau, or when the words seem just out of reach. But those moments of struggle will only make the rewards of progress sweeter. I've come to appreciate the beauty of the journey, with all its highs and lows. Each step forward is a victory, and every challenge is an opportunity to grow. In the future, I see myself not only using English to connect with others, but also to inspire others to start their own journeys. I want to be a part of communities that empower language learners, whether through teaching, mentoring, or sharing my own experiences. I know that there are others out there who, just like I once was, are starting their journey with a blank canvas. I want to be a source of encouragement for them, reminding them that every stroke, no matter how small, adds value to the painting. Every learner has the ability to create something beautiful, no matter where they start. The horizon of new beginnings is not just a promise of what lies ahead. It is a reminder that learning never truly ends. There will always be new languages to explore, new cultures to understand, and new ideas to discover. I am excited by the thought that, as I continue to grow, the canvas of my journey will only become more intricate, more colorful, and more meaningful. As I stand on the threshold of new chapters, I know that the beauty of this journey lies not just in the final masterpiece, but in the moments of discovery, growth, and connection along the way. Language is a gift, and with every brushstroke, I am adding something precious to the canvas of my life. So I continue with joy and anticipation, knowing that the adventure of learning English, of learning about the world and myself, has no end. It is a journey that will forever evolve, unfolding one brushstroke at a time. And as long as the canvas exists, so will the possibilities. As the canvas of my English journey continues to expand, I find myself reflecting on the incredible growth that has occurred, not just in my language skills, but also in my personal and professional life. Every day I continue this journey, I feel like I am pushing the boundaries of what I once thought was possible. I no longer see language learning as a task to be completed or a milestone to reach, but as a way of embracing life itself. With every lesson, every new word, and every conversation, I am stepping into a broader, richer world. The exciting part of this ongoing journey is that there's no finish line. The horizon keeps stretching out, inviting me to explore further. As I continue learning English, I realize that there's so much more beyond the basics. Nuances in language that open up deeper connections, more sophisticated ways of thinking, and a greater understanding of the cultures that shape our communication. The words I learn are not just tools, they are keys to unlocking deeper meanings, to accessing wisdom from different corners of the world, and to truly grasping the complexity and beauty of human experience. Through this lens, English has become a powerful means of empowerment. It's not just a language I use to communicate, but a tool I can wield to share my own story and amplify the voices of others. The more fluent I become, the more I realize that I can participate in important conversations about society, politics, art, science, and more on a global scale. English is a bridge between people, ideas, and cultures, and as I improve, I can confidently engage in discussions that shape the future. I can see myself using English in ways I never imagined before. Perhaps I will write articles or books that influence others, or give presentations that inspire change. Maybe I'll become involved in activism, advocating for causes I believe in, or teach English to others who, like me, are eager to explore the world through language. The possibilities feel endless, and each step I take brings me closer to a future where I can make a meaningful contribution to the global conversation. In my personal life, learning English has already begun to enrich my relationships. I can now connect more deeply with people from all over the world, hearing their stories, sharing mine, and building relationships that go beyond borders. I've learned that language is not just about words, but about empathy, the ability to understand another person's point of view, to walk in their shoes, and to communicate with compassion. English allows me to do this on a larger scale, creating opportunities for connection that I might have missed before. At the same time, I've come to realize that the journey of learning English is not just about mastering a language, it's about embracing a mindset of lifelong learning. No matter how much I improve, there will always be something new to discover. The world is constantly evolving, and language reflects that change. As I continue to grow, I know that my language skills will continue to evolve alongside me, shaping the way I understand the world and the way I contribute to it. The horizon ahead is filled with promise. I dream of traveling to new places, experiencing different cultures, and speaking with people from all walks of life. I imagine myself having conversations in English with people who challenge my thinking, who share their experiences, and open my eyes to new perspectives. These connections will not only help me grow as a person, but will also allow me to make a meaningful impact in the world. Whether I'm discussing the future of technology, exploring the nuances of human relationships, or collaborating on a project that tackles global challenges, English will be the tool that helps me navigate these opportunities. I also recognize that the journey is not just about what I will gain, it's about what I can give. As I've learned, the true value of language is not in how well we speak it, but in how we use it to connect, to share, and to help others. I know that my experiences, both my successes and my struggles, can inspire others who are on their own journey of language learning. I want to be a source of encouragement, showing others that with patience, perseverance, and a willingness to learn, they too can achieve fluency and embrace the world in a new way. Together, we can create a community of learners who support each other and help one another grow. The more I learn, the more I realize that language is not just a tool, it's a way of seeing and interacting with the world. English has taught me to think critically, to communicate effectively, and to approach challenges with a sense of curiosity and openness. It has shown me that learning is not a destination, but a continuous process of discovery, growth, and connection. Every conversation, every new word, and every lesson is a step toward something greater, a way of expanding my horizons and enriching my life. So, as I stand here today, at the edge of this endless journey, I feel a sense of excitement and anticipation for what lies ahead. The canvas is far from complete, and the horizon is filled with infinite possibilities. I know there will be challenges, but I also know that each challenge is an opportunity for growth. The world of English, like the world itself, is vast and full of wonders waiting to be explored, and I am ready to take on whatever comes next. The journey will continue, and as I move forward, I'll keep painting my story with the colors of language, connection, and discovery. The canvas is limitless, and each new stroke brings me closer to understanding not just the language, but the world and myself. The future is waiting, and I am eager to see what masterpieces I will create along the way. As I continue this journey, the canvas of my life and my English learning becomes more intricate with every day. There is a deeper understanding emerging, a realization that this journey is more than simply about mastering a language. It is about learning how to live more fully, to embrace new experiences, and to connect with people in meaningful ways. Each word I learn, each new phrase or expression, is not just a brushstroke on a page. It's an opportunity to expand the way I see the world and interact with it. The more fluent I become in English, the more I realize that language is a living entity. It's ever-changing, shaped by the people who speak it, by culture, by history, and by the evolution of society. What I've learned over time is that language is not static. It's a reflection of the world around us. And as I continue to deepen my connection with English, I am continuously discovering new layers of meaning, new ways to express my thoughts, and new perspectives to understand others. The world itself seems more vibrant and alive as I see it through the lens of language. English, once a tool I used to communicate, has become a window into the vastness of human knowledge. Through books, films, music, and art, I can now explore the world in ways I never thought possible. I can immerse myself in ideas, stories, and cultures from all over the world. Language has opened up so many doors for me, and each time I walk through one, I am greeted with new opportunities for growth and understanding. I've come to realize that learning a language is not just about acquiring a set of skills, but about opening your heart and mind to the diverse, beautiful complexities of the world. Through my language journey, I've also discovered the profound beauty of shared human experiences. Language is a bridge that connects us all, regardless of where we come from or what language we speak. I've learned that while our words may differ, the emotions we experience, the challenges we face, and the dreams we pursue are universal. The more I learn about English and other cultures, the more I see how deeply intertwined we all are as human beings. Language has allowed me to connect with people from different backgrounds, to see the world through their eyes, and to build friendships that transcend borders. This is perhaps the most powerful aspect of language, its ability to bring people together, to create understanding and empathy, and to break down the walls that separate us. Looking ahead, I feel excited about all the new experiences that await me. English has already opened up so many doors, but I know there is so much more to explore. I think about all the places I want to visit, the people I want to meet, and the stories I want to tell. I dream of traveling to new cities, experiencing the cultures and languages that shape those places, and having conversations with locals in their own language. I imagine sitting in a cafe in Paris, chatting with a new friend in English, or strolling through the streets of Tokyo, exchanging stories with fellow travelers in my second language. These are the moments I look forward to, when language will connect me to the world in new and profound ways. Beyond travel, I also see the ways in which English will continue to shape my professional life. As I advance in my career, I know that the ability to communicate fluently in English will open up new opportunities for collaboration, innovation, and leadership. English is the global language of business, science, technology, and many other fields. Being able to communicate effectively in English will allow me to contribute to global discussions, share ideas with colleagues around the world, and stay up to date with the latest developments in my field. With this skill, I am not limited by geographical boundaries or language barriers. I can work with anyone, anywhere, and help create solutions that make a difference in the world. One of the most fulfilling aspects of this journey is how it has sparked my desire to give back. As I reflect on all the people who helped me along the way, teachers, friends, and mentors who supported me when I felt unsure or discouraged, I feel a deep sense of gratitude. I want to be that person for someone else. I want to help others discover the power of language, to encourage them to take the first step on their own journey, and to share the joy and fulfillment that comes with learning and growing. Whether through teaching, volunteering, or simply offering guidance to those who are just beginning, I am committed to helping others realize their potential and embrace the beauty of language learning. Through all of this, I have come to understand that the journey itself is as important as the destination. Learning English is not a task to be completed, but a lifelong pursuit that will continue to evolve with me. Every step I take, every new word I learn, and every conversation I have adds another layer to the masterpiece of my life. The possibilities ahead are infinite, and the horizon keeps expanding. With each stroke of the brush, I am creating a life that is more connected, more meaningful, and more vibrant than I could have ever imagined. The canvas of my English journey is not just a personal creation, it's a reflection of the world we all share. Every learner, every speaker, every person who engages with language contributes to this global masterpiece. Together, we shape the future of communication, understanding, and connection. And as I continue to add my brushstrokes, I know that I am part of something much larger than myself. The journey of learning, exploring, and connecting is infinite. It's a journey that will continue to unfold, a canvas that will always have space for new experiences, new perspectives, and new discoveries. The world is wide, and the language I've learned will help me navigate it with confidence, curiosity, and compassion. The adventure is just beginning, and I can't wait to see where it takes me next. As I continue to walk this path, it becomes increasingly clear that this journey is not just about learning a language, it's about growing as a person, shaping my future, and connecting deeply with the world. Each day is a new opportunity to learn, to challenge myself, and to discover something about myself that I didn't know before. The road ahead is not one I travel alone. It is a journey shared with countless others, each of us on our own unique quest for knowledge, understanding, and connection. I've learned that language learning, much like life itself, is an ongoing process. There is no end point. There are only new stages, new opportunities, and new lessons. Even when I think I've mastered something, there's always more to discover. New words, new expressions, new ways to communicate. Every moment offers a chance for growth, and every conversation is a potential source of insight. This realization excites me, for it means that the journey will never grow dull. There will always be something new to learn, something new to explore, and something new to share. One of the most beautiful aspects of this journey is how it has transformed my relationship with learning itself. At the beginning, learning English seemed like a daunting task, a challenge I wasn't sure I could overcome. But as I've progressed, I've come to embrace learning as a natural and enjoyable part of life. I no longer see it as something I have to do. I see it as something I get to do. The excitement of discovering new words, the thrill of understanding a new concept, and the satisfaction of having a conversation in English are all reminders of how far I've come and how much more there is to explore. And as I grow, I realize that language is not just a tool. It's a way of shaping who I am and how I interact with the world. The more I learn, the more I understand not just the language itself, but the culture, history, and people that have shaped it. Through language, I can tap into the vast reservoir of human experience, from the wisdom of ancient philosophers to the stories of modern-day individuals who are changing the world. English, in particular, offers me a direct connection to a global community, allowing me to engage with diverse perspectives, ideas, and viewpoints. The ability to communicate with people from all walks of life, all corners of the world, is a gift I treasure deeply. English has given me access to a global network, a community that transcends borders, time zones, and cultural divides. With each conversation I have, I realize that no matter where we come from or what language we speak, we are all part of a shared human experience. And language, in its purest form, is the thread that connects us all. In looking toward the future, I can't help but feel a sense of wonder and excitement for the possibilities that lie ahead. My journey with English has already opened so many doors, both personally and professionally, and I know that the path ahead will only lead to more opportunities to learn, to grow, and to connect. I see myself continuing to use English to reach new heights, to take on challenges I never thought possible, and to make a difference in the lives of others. Whether it's through traveling to new destinations, collaborating with people from diverse backgrounds, or pursuing new professional ventures, English will be the bridge that allows me to expand my horizons. I also see myself continuing to learn, not just about the language itself, but about the world. There's so much more to discover, about different cultures, different ways of thinking, and different perspectives on life. Every conversation, every book, every experience will contribute to the ever-expanding landscape of my understanding. And as I continue on this journey, I am reminded that learning is not just about what I gain for myself, it's about what I can give to others. Language has the power to build bridges, to foster understanding, and to create a more connected world. I want to use my growing fluency in English to help others, whether by teaching, mentoring, or simply being a source of encouragement. By sharing my own story, my challenges, and my triumphs, I hope to inspire others to embark on their own language journeys and discover the world that awaits them. There is a profound beauty in the act of sharing knowledge, and I am excited to contribute to a community of learners who support each other along the way. Together we can create a world where language is not a barrier, but a unifying force that brings us closer, no matter where we come from or what language we speak. In the grand tapestry of life, learning English has become one of the most important threads, connecting me to the world, to others, and to myself. It has become a symbol of growth, resilience, and possibility. The path ahead is endless, full of opportunities and challenges that I am eager to embrace. So, as I continue this journey, I do so with a heart full of anticipation and a mind open to the endless possibilities that lie ahead. Each word I learn, each connection I make, and each step I take brings me closer to the person I am becoming. The journey of learning English is a journey that will continue for the rest of my life, one filled with discovery, connection, and growth. The horizon is infinite, and with every new word, every new lesson, I am painting a masterpiece. The canvas is vast, the world is waiting, and I am ready to take the next step into this incredible journey. The adventure of learning, of growing, and of connecting will never end. It will continue, always unfolding, always evolving, always bringing me closer to the world and to myself. As I look back on everything I've accomplished and everything still to come, I realize that the journey of learning English is much more than a personal endeavor. It is a reflection of the greater adventure of life itself. Every step I've taken, every milestone I've reached, has shown me the vastness of the world and the limitless potential for growth. And as I continue, I am constantly reminded that each moment, each new challenge, is an opportunity to stretch beyond what I once thought was possible. The road I'm on is not always easy. There are days when it feels like I'm not making progress, when the words I know seem to escape me, or when the grammar rules I've worked so hard to learn don't quite make sense. But those moments of frustration are part of the journey. They are reminders that growth is not linear, that learning is a process that takes time and patience. And even in those challenging moments, I know that I am moving forward, learning more about myself and the world around me with every step. One of the most profound realizations I've had along the way is that learning a language is a deeply personal experience. It's not just about memorizing vocabulary or practicing pronunciation. It's about finding your voice in a new world. English, like any language, is a tool for expression. It's a way to communicate my thoughts, dreams, and emotions in a way that transcends borders. And the more I immerse myself in it, the more I begin to understand that language is not just something we use to connect with others. It is also something that shapes our identity and helps us understand who we are. Through learning English, I've been able to explore the deeper layers of my own character, my values, my desires, my fears, and my aspirations. Language allows us to express ourselves more clearly, but it also helps us better understand ourselves. It's a way of discovering what's important to us, what drives us, and what we hope to achieve in life. The more I grow in English, the more I understand the power of language as a tool for self-discovery and personal transformation. Looking ahead, I'm excited for the many opportunities that will arise from my continued mastery of English. There are places to explore, people to meet, ideas to exchange, and experiences to have. Each new encounter is an invitation to learn, to grow, and to share what I've discovered. Whether it's in a professional setting, a creative project, or simply a conversation with someone new, English will continue to open doors for me. Doors to new experiences, new perspectives, and new relationships. I am particularly excited about the potential for global collaboration that comes with fluency in English. In today's interconnected world, many of the challenges we face, whether they be social, environmental, or technological, require international cooperation. With the ability to communicate across borders, I am now part of a global conversation about how we can work together to create solutions. English, as the global lingua franca, provides the opportunity to contribute my thoughts, ideas, and solutions to these discussions. It empowers me to play a role in shaping the future of our world. But even beyond the professional and intellectual opportunities, English has brought something much more meaningful into my life: connection. The ability to speak English fluently has allowed me to form relationships that might not have been possible otherwise. I've met people from all over the world, from different cultures and backgrounds, and through language, I've been able to connect with them in ways that feel genuine and meaningful. Each new person I meet, each new culture I discover, adds a new layer to the rich tapestry of my life. And in these connections, I find a profound sense of belonging. English has brought me closer to a global community, and I realize that no matter where we come from, no matter what language we speak, we share common experiences, challenges, and dreams. Language is the bridge that unites us all, helping us see that, at the core, we are all human. Through English, I can join in the shared experiences of others, find common ground, and learn from the wisdom and perspective they bring. The beauty of learning English, and indeed any language, is that it brings with it a sense of continuous evolution. The language may stay the same, but the way I use it, the way I understand it, and the way I experience it changes with time. It's a journey that is always unfolding, always expanding, and always inviting me to become a better version of myself. I know that as I continue to learn, I will keep discovering new things, not just about the language, but about the world and about myself. There will always be more to explore, more to understand, and more to create. In a way, this journey is like a painting that is never truly finished. Each new experience, each new word, each new connection adds depth and complexity to the picture. The canvas keeps expanding, and with each brushstroke, I'm contributing to something that will continue to evolve long after I've left my mark. There is no final masterpiece, only a continuous unfolding of possibilities, with each step along the way contributing to a bigger picture that is richer and more meaningful than I could have ever imagined. So as I continue on this journey, I do so with an open heart and a curious mind, ready to embrace whatever comes next. There will be challenges, to be sure, but there will also be triumphs, moments of discovery, and moments of deep connection. With each word I learn, I am taking another step toward a future filled with opportunity and understanding. The journey is endless, but that is its beauty. The horizon stretches before me, vast and full of promise, and I know that with every new day, I will add another chapter to my story. The adventure of learning, growing, and connecting continues, ever expanding, ever evolving, and ever inspiring. As I stand at this point in my journey, I realize that what began as a simple desire to learn English has turned into something much larger, something more profound and far-reaching. The world feels a little smaller, and I feel a little larger. The connections I've made, the knowledge I've gained, and the experiences I've lived through have all shaped me into someone who is not just fluent in English, but who is now fluent in the art of growth and self-discovery. It's not just about words anymore. It's about the stories that those words can tell, the worlds they can open, and the hearts they can touch. Language, as I've come to understand, is not merely a tool for communication, it is a vehicle for transformation. Every time I speak, every time I write, every time I understand someone else's thoughts or share my own, I am participating in a much larger dance, a dance of human connection, of empathy, and of shared experiences. I think about all the people I've met along the way. Each one of them has taught me something valuable. Some taught me the nuances of the English language, while others taught me about their cultures, their lives, and their dreams. With each new person, I've gained a different perspective, a new way of seeing the world. It's like looking at the same picture from different angles, each angle revealing something new, something unexpected, something beautiful. And this is what excites me about the journey ahead, the fact that there will always be more to discover. No matter how much I learn, no matter how fluent I become, there will always be new things to explore. The language will continue to evolve, as will I. I will continue to refine my understanding, adapt to new forms of communication, and develop deeper relationships with people from every corner of the globe. I also know that this journey is not one I walk alone. There are so many others who are on a similar path, each with their own unique experiences and challenges. Whether they are just starting out with their English learning or are seasoned speakers seeking to improve their fluency, we are all bound together by the same shared goal: to understand and be understood. It's a universal desire, one that transcends languages and cultures. This is what makes the journey even more meaningful, knowing that, as I learn, I am not just improving myself. I am becoming part of a global network of learners and dreamers, all of us working toward a common goal of greater understanding and connection. With each new skill I acquire, with every new challenge I face, I feel myself becoming more confident in my ability to navigate the world, to communicate effectively, and to build meaningful relationships. English has become more than just a bridge to other people. It has become a key to unlock my own potential. It opens up doors to opportunities that I could never have imagined before, and it gives me the tools to contribute in ways that are significant and impactful. In the future, I see myself using English to tell stories, stories of my own, stories of others, stories of the world itself. I imagine writing, speaking, and sharing in ways that inspire and connect people, helping them see the world through a different lens, helping them feel heard and understood. Whether through literature, speeches, conversations, or creative projects, I want to use my voice to share ideas that matter, to encourage others to think critically, and to foster a sense of empathy and unity. But beyond all the personal growth and professional opportunities, I am most excited about the simple joy of communicating with others. I look forward to the conversations that will make me laugh, the discussions that will challenge me, and the moments of connection that will fill me with warmth. I look forward to hearing someone's voice crack with emotion as they share a story, to feeling the weight of their words, to understanding not just the meaning but the intent behind them. I look forward to offering my own words in return, knowing that they too will be heard and understood, creating a cycle of exchange and learning that continues to enrich both of us. And while the road ahead may have its difficulties, I've come to realize that those challenges are not obstacles. They are simply stepping stones on a much larger path. Each obstacle I encounter, whether it be a tricky grammar rule or a difficult conversation, is a chance to grow stronger, to become better, and to prove to myself that I am capable of overcoming anything that comes my way. It's not about avoiding challenges, it's about embracing them, knowing that each one is an opportunity for growth. As I continue on this journey, I will keep my heart and mind open to whatever comes next. I'll keep looking for ways to stretch my boundaries, to learn from others, and to contribute to the world in meaningful ways. I'll keep seeking new connections, new perspectives, and new adventures. With every word I learn and every conversation I have, I am becoming a part of something much larger than myself. a global community that shares a common desire for understanding, connection, and growth. In this infinite journey of learning, there is no final destination. There is only the beauty of the path itself, the joy of discovery, and the excitement of what lies ahead. The horizon keeps expanding, and I, too, keep expanding with it. I am ready for what comes next, ready to add more brushstrokes to the ever-evolving masterpiece that is my life. The world is vast, and the possibilities are endless. And as I walk this path, I know that no matter where it leads, it will always be a journey worth taking.